Thank you for attending this today's session. And first and foremost, I would like to thank Mavin for inviting me to give a talk today. And today's topic will be leaving behind legacy through ebook. Yeah. Why ebook? I will explain to you as I go on. Yeah. So first and foremost, yeah, let us understand what is legacy. Yeah. People always assume or presume that legacy is something you're leaving behind after we are gone. Yeah, but there are many connotations. Okay, how you describe legacy. Legacy is not just a passing over of tangible assets, yeah, or properties to our loved ones. Okay, that is not the real legacy. It is also not about leaving behind what you have earned. Yeah, it is actually you're leaving behind of personal history, your life experience. It can be recorded for future generations to improve further. That is legacy. Yeah. There's a quote for legacy. Yeah? I would like to recall that quote. Okay, legacy is not what I did for myself. It is what I am doing for the next generation. Meaning to say, what I am going to leave behind, my good deeds that has helped that will help other people in future. That is the definition of legacy. Normally, when a person expires, yeah, when a person expires, family members or friends, okay, reminisce and tell stories about the deceased from their own point of view. Yeah, but talking about legacy, who is left, okay, to tell your stories? Who can record your point of view? The answer is definitely you. So, meaning, if I want to leave behind a legacy, I have to create my own history. Okay, my own history that will be beneficial to others for the next generations. Legacies are created, yeah, by people who are responsible and work to share or want to share their knowledge, their talent, their wisdom to the younger generation. So it is something that we are going to create to leave to the next generations for them to remember us. Okay, we are fully aware. We are fully aware that one day we will all be gone. Inevitably, that is a fact. Yeah, it is not a myth. It is a true fact. Whether we believe or not, it will happen. Okay, so leaving behind all material belongings is not something that people will remember us for a long time after we are gone. Okay, it is the deeds that we do, the good things that we have done in our past, yeah, that we are going to leave behind. And that is the one we are going to create before we expire. Meaning, all of us have to go, as I said, right? All of us have to go one day. But however, for us to leave behind some good deeds, we have to create a legacy that people will revere. Okay? For example, yeah, let's take an example of a 50th year birthday, a 50th year birthday. Okay. Assuming on that day, say if I'm going to have my 50th birthday, so I invite all my friends, all my family members. There's a big crowd. So the MC stands up and invites people to share something about me. What is it I would like to hear? It is definitely, I want to hear people talk good about me. You know, I want to hear people to say nice things about me or incidences or facts that I have contributed. Okay. Activities that I've contributed throughout my life. When I hear that, I feel proud. Yeah. I will have a energy to make that happen. Since I'm hearing that on my 50th birthday, yeah, I would love to make it happen in real, not just a camouflage, not just to make me happy, but I myself will say, wow, this is how people talk about me. So I have to make sure I live my life in order to leave behind whatever they are saying.
Uh,
See?
Nahan, can you
Yes.
please come forward because we can't see you? Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is something that I want to do. I'm hearing on my 50th birthday from the members who are attending, when I hear all this, I really want to make it happen. So whatever I do, I have to make sure it has got something or it has to have a direct correlation to what they are saying. That is what we call a legacy, leaving behind a legacy. Okay. Having said that, why is legacy so important? Yeah. Is it really important to us? To me, I always believe leaving behind something that people will remember us is very important. Okay. Why is it important? First and foremost, people will remember us. That is number one. I want people to remember me. Okay. Number two is basically is a pride. After we are gone, my sharings will be revered. Yeah. My knowledge or my deeds will be revered by others. Number three, you will be an icon for people to learn how you would, okay, how you built your legacy. I want to be an icon for people so that I'll be able to build a legacy. For example, yeah, when we talk about telephone, our icon is Thomas Edison. He invented telephone. Yeah. So that is icon behind telephone. And when we talk about, say, motivational programs like Crucial Conversation, who is the icon? The icon would be, okay, Gary Patterson and Joseph Brenny. They would be the icon. So likewise, after I am gone, I want people to, I want me to be the icon for them. That's a pride. That's the reason why I want to leave behind a legacy. Number four, you will be an inspirational. You'll be inspirational to others. Okay. For example, yeah, let's take in um, the motivational aspect. Yeah, when we talk about motivation, the inspiring figure would be, for example, it could be Dr. Stephen R. Covey, who has written the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He was a inspiring person, and he gives motivational, what you call motivational talks for to inspire people with a principle-centered teaching. See, because he has been teaching in a principle-centered manner, people use him as an icon for motivational programs, for motivation, for them to live or for them to follow what has been taught by Dr. Stephen R. Covey. The fifth one, legacy can be passed on from generation to generation. Okay. So here what I mean is we are actually the product of our parents, yeah, that we inherited from. Whatever whatever they have been doing or the way of doing things will be inherited by me. And whatever I am doing will be inherited by my children. So you see, it goes generation after generation. So I want my legacy to be passed on from generation to generation. Okay. Likewise, legacy that we leave behind would be inherited by the next generations. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, having said all this, yeah, the topic of today, leaving behind a legacy through ebook. Why ebook? Why do I specifically mention ebook and not just say through writing or just say through books? Why ebook? The reason why I'm emphasizing on ebook is because okay, ebooks are easier to write compared to a physical book. If you want to write a physical book, it's very lengthy process. It may take months or even years to complete a physical book. You have to do a lot of research, a lot of reading. Yeah. You have to be very knowledgeable in many aspects for you to gather all the information, to put in your ideology, to be very creative, to write a physical book. You need to be a professional writer. You need to be very highly educated. So you see, writing ebook is is in contrast of writing a physical book. It's very simple. Okay, they are they can be easily understood by everyone. People need not refer to a dictionary to know the meanings of words that are mentioned in an ebook because we write ebook in a very simplified manner, precise, is very informative. It is not elaborative. Yeah, like in a physical book, you need to read 2 to 3 paragraphs for you to highlight. Oh, this is important. Then you read another 2, 3 paragraphs. Oh, this is important. But in an ebook, everything that we write is important because these days people are so busy. They have no time to read. Yeah, they got no time unless you're a vivid reader. You will allocate time to read. But people are hungry for information. They are hungry for tips. They are hungry for guidelines. They want to know how, where, what. This kind of things can be easily gotten from ebook. Okay. And also, anyone can write an ebook, not a physical book. Yeah. Ebook, anyone can write. As long as you have the expertise, okay, during your working life or in your past, you have you are a professional. For example, you are a doctor. Okay, you are an expert. You are expert in specialist in, say, example like cancer. So you can write simple ebooks pertaining cancer. Okay, not only doctors, even if you are a lecturer in universities, you can also write simple ebook on the courses or the subjects that you're teaching in a simplified manner and get these books read by the students. This way, you are able to help every student to garner more information about the subject matter. We must understand that in the universities, lecturers often stand in front and give talk to a large group of students. They may have 200, 300 students. Not every students can really understand what the lecturer is trying to say. Yeah, although the lecturer is trying his best to deliver the subject matter, there will always be pockets of students who might find it difficult to follow. But if the lecturer has got simplified written ebooks, and if he can share these ebooks, not necessarily printed books, as a soft copy, every students will have better chance of reading these materials from the lecturer in the form of ebook. See? And as I said, as long as you have expertise, right? The other one is as long as you have experience. For example, you are a retired person. You are a retired person. During your work life, you have had many experiences working in different portfolios, different areas. So you are able to share your experiences through ebook, which is very easily written without cost, in fact. Yeah, writing physical book is very costly, right? Uh, Not to mention the amount of money that you're going to spend in editing, in proofreading, in printing, and storage, and other overheads. These things will not occur if you write ebook. Yeah. So if you're also, as long as you have the talents, everyone has got their own talents. Say, if you're working, you are an employee in an organization, you have got talents. You write about your talents in the form of ebook and share to your colleagues. This way, you'll be able to share your talents with the others. Your bosses will look at you differently. Wow, this guy is very good. He is able to share his talents to the others. At the end of the day, if I'm the person who is doing the ebook, I would love it because even if I've left the organization, the management still recognize me. Even the staff still recognize me because I've left behind a legacy in my past workplace. So here, what do you understand? Legacy is not only after we are gone. Okay, even in the working life, from companies to companies, you can also leave behind legacy. because this is the legacy that the newcomers would want to follow. Remember, I said passing from generation to generation. This is from passing from work to work. So wherever you go, if you are a person who is committed, passionate, and able to complete your tasks promptly without procrastination, you will be an example for others to follow. The managers or the bosses will love you for that, and you will be remembered for a long, long time, even after having after you have left the organization to go to another organization. It will also give you a good testimony when you go to the other company, and this testimony will definitely carry weight for your next employment. Okay. Another thing, as I say, who else can write? Anybody who want to share, because writing ebook first and foremost is for you to share. If you have the interest to share, if you have the passion to share, if you have the passion to write, because as I said, writing ebook is very simple, right? Not as a physical book. It is easier to get committed, easier to be passionate to write an ebook as compared to a physical book. Because although even a physical book, you have to have the passion, you have to have the commitment, but the time you're going to spend is definitely going to be a very long time. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very long time. And you don't have that kind of time to spend unless you're a vivid writer. Okay. You love to write, you love to find time to write. Okay. So, how can you do this? After having known, after having understood the importance, why you want to leave behind a legacy through ebook, okay? How shall we do it? This is a key thing because many people, in fact, I am a member of many writing clubs, yeah, writing clubs, and I always hear this concern. They always tell me, Nahan, I've already started writing 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm yet to complete my ebook, still searching for characters, still searching for the storyline, so many other issues I just cannot complete. So I used to ask them, are you writing physical book or ebook? The answer they give is similar. I am writing ebook. I used to wonder, how come this guy is taking so long to write ebook, whereas my students, I've trained many people who are able to come up with their first draft, yeah, within 24 hours. Then I studied the pattern. I realized one thing common. They were actually writing digital book. I'm sure many of you will be surprised. Okay, what is digital book? What is ebook? What is physical book? Okay, digital book is nothing. It is exactly the same as physical book. The only difference is it is read through soft copy. There is no print. There's no print copy. So these people who have been claiming to write ebook, actually writing digital book, which is the same as a physical book. If a physical book has got 300 pages, yeah, so-called ebook is also 300 pages. That is the difference. But when I explain about ebook, the features of ebook, the characteristics of ebook is entirely different from a physical book. That is why leaving behind a legacy, if you write an ebook, it's very simple. No headache, no stress. You are only writing. You can also write about yourself. Yeah, to leave behind a legacy. The good deeds that you have done, or the knowledge that you have, the talents that you have. These are all can be written straightforward. You no need to do research. Yeah. So for you to leave behind a legacy, you can write on articles or stories that you need not do a lot of research. Of course, to a certain extent, sometimes we do. We still need to do research. Yeah. After having done the research, you can always transform it into an ebook. So it's much more easier than a physical book. Okay. How are we going to do all this? I've talked about ebook. I mean, about legacy. I've talked about the importance of legacy. Why should I leave behind a legacy? I have also talked about the criteria between an ebook and a physical book. Having said all this, how am I going to write the ebook? Let me tell you, even physical book writers cannot write an ebook unless they learn the techniques and the skill of writing ebook. You know, I've seen many times, yeah, where my participants come to the class, they all say I got full of contents. So I want to attend your class. They come to the class, it is full of contents, crammed already. They sit in front of the computer and they start thinking what to write. From 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, they'll be spending most of the time thinking what to write, where to start, how to write. And this makes them procrastinate because the more they think, the more they get more and more stressful. They cannot really sit to write. You know why? Because they do not understand the techniques and the skill of writing ebook, which is very different from writing a physical book. I've proven most important for a person to write an ebook is not because they have already written physical books. No, even physical book writers find it difficult to write an ebook. That is my experience. Yeah, it's my experience. I've seen with my own eyes. I've also got testimonies from participants who have attended. Before you write an ebook, doesn't matter who you are. You can be a professional writer. You can be a lecturer. You can be a professor. You can be a doctor. You can be anything for that matter. You have to learn the techniques. So, writing a legacy, leaving behind a legacy, if you want to write an ebook, you cannot just write. Even if you have had the experience of writing physical books, it's impossible for you to write a ebook because you are not aware the features of an ebook, the techniques of writing. So you have to master the techniques and the skills of writing an ebook before you start writing your legacy. As I said, legacy is not only your past life. I mean your life story. Okay, of course that is one of the main factor. It can be on your expertise. It can be on your talents. It can be on your experiences, All this, so you see, you got so many things for you to write in order to leave behind a legacy. Okay. And just learning, mastering the techniques and the skill alone is not sufficient. It's not sufficient. You have to have hands-on practice. I always believe this concept. Seeing is believing. As long as I do not see the product, I wouldn't believe. I would not want to believe that I can write an ebook. Okay? So, as along the way, while you're learning or you're mastering the techniques and the skill, you should also be able to complete your first draft. Once your ebook is ready, only then you will really understand the techniques and the skills. Yeah. Again, I would like to repeat, seeing is believing. So if you want to leave behind a legacy, I would suggest every one of us should master the techniques. It's very important. There are still many people out there. They still have a perception. Writing is writing. It doesn't matter whether e-book, digital book, or physical book. Writing is still writing. It is not going to be easy. I wouldn't deny the fact. I would not deny the fact, but the fact is you must understand what is what is an ebook, what are the features of an ebook, what are the differences between an ebook and a physical book or digital book, as they claim. No, you must understand the differences of these three thoroughly. It must be an inside out approach. You have to learn with a clear, open mind, okay, with no procrastination, with no negative thoughts, and with commitment and passion. If you have these three elements, you would be willing to learn the facts of an ebook, and along the way, you master the techniques and the skills, and also be able to write your first ebook. Let me tell you, when I started writing, I also had no interest. Started writing just because my friend asked me to write. But after having written the first ebook with the photograph at the book cover, on the book cover, wow, that gave me a new paradigm about ebooks. That is when I really got into the ebook and wrote, and I've written 15 ebooks today. And one of the book is Leaving Behind a Legacy. Yeah. One of the book is Leaving Behind a Legacy, and along with other 14 books, so I've got 15 ebooks, and another two more on the way. Very soon it will be out. And if you happen to come across my virtual bookstore, you can see my books there. You can browse the pages. Ebooks are very interesting, very colorful, and the font size is just nice for you to read, even using gadgets, even a handphone. You can complete reading an ebook within 45 minutes to 1 hour. Can you do that in a physical book? Impossible. Yeah. A physical book may have over 300 pages. Imagine, can you read the 300 pages in your handphone? Very stressful. Your eyes will get tired. But a ebook, when you browse through, when you're reading this page, one thing, wow, what's the next page? How does it look like? How colorful it is? What are the pictures there? What are the quotes there? You'll be very interested to go to the next page, and you can read it in about 45 minutes to 1 hour. That is called an ebook. So if you are thinking of leaving behind a legacy, the best platform is write an ebook. I can assure you even after we are gone, yeah, after we have expired, people will still remember. Imagine if you don't have anything, any books, after we are gone, 15 years down the road, grandchildren would have forgotten you. They only see a photo there. Oh, this is my grandfather. You know, even the children will take it for granted. Oh, yeah, he's my father. You know, but if you have left behind a book, here in this case, let me say because ebooks are simple to write, right? So if you look at the ebook, you remember for a very long time. Wow, this is the book that my grandfather wrote. This is the book my father wrote. This is the book my friend wrote. So you see, even after you're gone, you're still there in their mind, fresh. You will still be with them through your books. Yeah. So that is why I say if you can write a book on leaving behind a legacy, it will be very, very useful. To me, I've written this ebook according to my vision. My vision is to live, to love, to learn, and to leave behind a legacy. At this age, I think I've already achieved the first three. I've already lived, loved, and learned. The last stage is leaving behind a legacy, which I've also written a book, and I hope whatever deeds that I've done can be passed over to the next generation. As I earlier said, yeah, one of the reasons why we write is because we want to pass our knowledge. I want to share our knowledge from generation to generation. So leaving behind a legacy is very important. No matter what profession you are in, even if you're a housewife, you can still leave behind a legacy. I just want to recollect. Yeah, there was one participant, a friend of mine I met. She's a housewife. I tried to persuade her to write an ebook. She told me, Mr. Nahan, I'm just a housewife. My work is just to drive my children to school and fetch them back from school, do cooking, marketing, take care of the family. What do you expect me to write? I don't think I can write. So I asked her one question, ma'am, do you cook? She said, obviously, I cook. I've got a lot of recipes. I said, that is the answer, ma'am. Just collect about 15 to 20 recipes. You can write a book about 50 pages. Ebook. It's very simple because most important is learn the structures and the techniques. You will be able to write your recipe book. And if your recipe is good, you might even end up getting passive income. She got so excited. She was so excited. Wow, I didn't think of that. I will attend your class. And she attended my class. She wrote her first ebook and she made some money, passive income, you know. So this is what we can do. Even when you leave behind a legacy. In fact, by she writing a book on recipes, she's also leaving behind a legacy. Her expertise in cooking. She's passing from generation to generation. Next of kins, to friends. So it is an ongoing process. People will remember you as a writer, as a person who have inspired them because they also would want to follow. Yeah. So this is what you call leaving behind a legacy through ebook. Again, I would like to conclude by saying that writing ebook, leaving behind legacy through ebook is much more easier and very simple as compared to writing a physical book. Everyone can write. You know, in Malaysia, there's a saying, everyone can fly. You know, our one of our airlines, Air Asia, their team is everyone can fly. My team is everyone can write. As long as you know how to read and write, you got the passion, you got the knowledge, you got something to share, you can write. You know, it's not a big deal writing ebook actually. So with that, I believe I would have shared with you some facts that might be useful for you to consider. In fact, Mavin is also organizing trainings on ebook writing. Yeah, you can contact Mavin. They'll be able to share with you some information. And to me, I always believe in making many writers in the ebook industry because India has got a huge population, 1.4 billion. Even if you take 1%, it's already 100. How many is that? So my intention is to create as many ebook writers to share their knowledge. It will also improve your language. It will improve your creativity. Your mind will be occupied. Even if you are retired, not to worry. By writing, it makes your mind active. Okay. It will give you less stress. And I always tell people do not write when you are stressful. Ebook is not for stressful people. Write when you are not stressed. You will love writing. And writing ebook is a journey less travel. There's a huge potential ahead for you to discover along the way. The first and foremost is write a book about yourself for your self satisfaction. And the best book is write something to leave behind a legacy. Yeah. So with that, I would like to thank everyone for joining me in today's session. By the way, I should have introduced myself. Yeah. Okay. My name is Nahan. I'm from Malaysia. I'm a ebook writer and a coach involved in writing for the past 3 years with 15 ebooks. Yeah. So with that, I would like to thank everyone for attending. If there are any questions, please do ask. I'll try my best to accommodate or to give you my views. So back to you, Dr. Shabana.
Thank you so much, Nahan. You covered it so thoroughly. And yes, what you taught us, because I have done your ebook program and I think it's really wonderful. And it really make the process whole easy because otherwise, like I also write, but then I write main the research book, which takes a lot of time. In that way,
Yes.
like ebook is really a fresh change.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone would like to add? Rajvin, Premji?
Can believe it because I did my first ebook written by me, 5 hours, 9 to 5, and somehow or other, Nahan was very patient with me, and my caregiver. My caregiver is we also I mean the process of printing my first ebook uh first ebook it's very when I'm down I just read it, and it's a motivation for others, and we plan to write uh our second uh ebook, and under the guidance of Mr. Nahan, more and more ebooks to come.
Yeah, Rajin has written her first ebook, Healthy Lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah. So within 5 hours, we managed to do it with so much of uh, uh, dedication. I won't say struggle, but it was a fun and it was a very joyful experience. It was difficult for the first hour. I was thinking that, but towards the end, towards the end, I say it was very fulfilling. I want to write another and another and another. So I can also, if I can, if I get, I can run my own book course and teach my parents also now. So ebooks is just a piece of cake. Thank you, Nahan.
I'm sure after seeing your first ebook, you would have a new feeling, right?
Yeah.
A very enjoyable, very peaceful, what do you call, a
Very.
very happy mindset, you're very satisfied of having
Now,
your own ebook. Yeah,
now I can when I'm not healthy, I can actually look back at it and say what is what is the motivation for me not to do it. I can't do it.
okay. Thank you, Rajvin. Thank you for sharing your experience in writing an ebook. So
Thank
I'm
you,
sure,
Nahan.
I'm sure
Thank you,
everyone
Nahan.
else. Yes, yes, Rajvin, carry on.
Thank you, Nahan, for thank you, Nahan, for actually uh guiding me when I thought writing was a storm, ebook writing was a storm. You made it so enjoyable, and actually, I can become a ebook trainer like you.
I'm sure
Thank you so
you can.
much.
I'm sure you can. Yes, sir. And uh, is there anything else you want to other participants, other viewers? Would you all want to ask any questions?
Yeah. Premji, do you want to share?
Namaste. Yes,
Namaste.
it's very, very enlightening to listen to you, by B Nahan. I took down some notes just now. I was on the other and another Zoom platform, so I was a bit delayed coming in here. So slightly delayed. Uh, True, your talk today inspired me because I think all of us have an original commentary to supply from the uniqueness of our own personal experience. And ebook is certainly the right platform for us to venture to share that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your insights. Yeah, I hope you will take time to learn because there's no age limit for writing. My oldest student was 85 years old, so age is not a matter here. Yeah, it's your thoughts that counts. Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Nahan. It was really wonderful. And I think Premji is also going to write his ebook.
Ah, good, good. Get in touch with Dr. Shabana. She will explain to you how to go about it.
Yes. And even Rajvit, because he is also based
Yes.
in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So it would be, he can easily learn from you. Even physically, he can learn from you.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So thank you everyone for joining. See you again.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Good night.